I will shortly describe a concept that we call the Red Fiat. This comes from the experience of having worked with over 100 Fortune 500 companies, but also several hundred startups and scale-ups that sell into big corporations. You have two choices when you come into a larger client. This is even applicable when you sell to 100 employees and above. So even though I talk mostly about the really big ones, it's still applicable further down as soon as decision-making and silos appear. So first of all, imagine a parking lot outside a grocery retailer. You have 500 cars there, you have a few open slots. You have two choices when you come into this parking lot, and this is obviously a metaphor. One is you drive in with your red bus. The red bus might be the metaphor of your total offering and your total vision. You're driving with a red bus and you're looking for a place to park. So when coming in with this big vehicle, you need to push certain other cars away to even fit into the parking lot. The other alternative is to come in with a small, nimble Red Fiat. I used to have a Red Fiat, hence the name. Small, nimble Red Fiat, and you look for a very concrete open space where you put your car. It doesn't touch the surface of any other car. What this is about, if you imagine a larger corporation, and again, medium-sized and large, I would say, they have budgets, they have responsibility areas, they have sign-off levels. So in order to hack what we have talked about in other videos, the W model, which is what you need to go through when selling to a big company, especially a new category, there is a hack, and the hack is the Red Fiat. So you look at your complete offering and you see, what can I carve out of the red bus that becomes a small Red Fiat, or even a Red Fiat and a blue Fiat. So the thinking here is to design an entry deal that fills an open gap where a middle manager can have the budget for it, can sign it off due to the responsibility is not too wide, and due to the sign-off level and the time horizon of the contract is designed to fit in his or her responsibilities. Most people in larger corporations, they don't want to run a decision via a lot of people. If they really like what you offer, they want to buy it. But they sometimes hesitate if they realize, oh man, I need to go through all these other stakeholders internally in the corridor, above me, etc., to get a yes. I even need to engage two other functional managers along me, and then we need to get to the next coordinating manager, we need to get a yes. And the sign-off level is on a certain level, so we need to ramp it up 2-3 floors even. The Red Fiat is a hack where you design the scope so that it fits that functional manager. It fits that functional manager's sign-off level, which is not the same as the budget can be vast, the sign-off level is typically small, and where you even steal an existing budget row. So you design it so that you can take money from an existing allocated sum of money. Because if they need to redesign their budget, even if they have the sign-off level, they have the budget, the responsibility is small enough, but that sum of money doesn't fit in an existing budget row, they need to typically escalate it to who? You know who sets the budgets. It's the board and the top management normally, which is a pretty long way to go. So again, if you can fit it into this functional manager's responsibility, this functional manager's sign-off level, and where you steal an existing budget row. And the most common budget row to steal is the people budget row, that most people, even very far down in the organization, there are people budgets. So sometimes even if you sell a technology, you can camouflage it as a person or as a consulting or as an ongoing assignment. I can give you one example. It was for a previous marketing company that I built up, where we realized that the best way into larger corporations was via the regional marketing managers. And we realized, and this was for the Fortune 500s, they had, at this point, $50,000 as sign-off level. They couldn't sign longer contracts than 3 months at a time. There was no budget row for what we sold, but there was an immense event budget. So guess what our Red Fiat was? Well, $50,000, contract length 3 months. We, in the meetings, not in the marketing and the sales material, but in the meeting, we dropped, look, we can put event on the invoice if you want. They were like, really? Because most people, those of you who have been in larger corporations, even the medium-sized, you know that you want to hack your own system. You want to get decisions through as smoothly as ever possible. So if you and the vendor, it's like you have a secret agreement. If you agree, well, yeah, we can put event on the invoice. They can sneak it under the carpet and then you're in. And then you can prove the case, typically in the periphery of a company. When you've done it a few times, you then escalate it to the top, where you can both promote the red bus and a variety of red, blue Fiats, where you in this way can land and expand into medium-sized and large corporations.